Ah, fuck. Perhaps you're wondering why this wholesome art video nearly just earned an R rating from my repulsive language. Well, that's because I was mad because I'd messed up my painting. But here's the dumb thing. It's a mess up only I would have noticed had I not told anybody. You see, this painting had a message that I wanted to relay, and I messed it up in a way that message was no longer going to be conveyed. Hence, if no one knows what I'm trying to say, no one's going to know I messed up. Just so you fully understand, let me share my concept with you through a stock footage montage. So imagine this. In the foreground is 7 birds perched on a phone line. Behind them is endless rolling mountains. The valleys of these mountains are covered in mist and fog. Now, coming up from the mist and fog is an object that can be interpreted one of 2 ways. It can either be a tree or the cloud from a nuclear explosion. Now, these were meant to be indiscernible. Whoever's looking at the painting would decide what they saw. Now back to the foreground with the 7 birds. 6 of the birds are singing as birds do. One of the birds is just absolutely losing its mind. The reason the 6 birds are singing is because they see trees. Everything is zen, everything is happy. The bird that's freaking out sees a mushroom cloud. So the message of this painting was supposed to be how we react to the world around us based off our perception, whether we truly understand something or not. Now that you know what I was trying to convey, let's get back to the painting for that slow burn up to the point where I jack it up. Stop. And it was at this point I realized something's off. So you can see the little objects I've been adding, which are supposed to be the tree or mushroom cloud. And they look very mushroom cloud, not tree. So I reworked them a couple times, trying to make them look more tree-like. I then realized it was the scope that was throwing the illusion off. Easy fix, I just paint over them, paint them smaller. And that's when I realized the root cause. It wasn't that I'd painted these objects too big. Oh no, this problem started way earlier in the painting. Let me show you. When I first started painting the mountains, I just made them basic shapes. Now here's where I messed up. See what I'm doing there? I was doing the herky-jerky here, trying to add some trees. Before I started doing that, there was really no frame of reference for how big these mountains were. They could be massive mountains, or they could just be rolling hills. When I started adding the trees, you now have a frame of reference of how big these mountains are. And because there's now a frame of reference for how big these mountains are, it creates a frame of reference of how big these trees / mushroom clouds are. Therefore, these objects are way too big to really be trees. The point is, to fix this at this point, I now would have to go back and repaint all of the mountains, all of the fog, all of the mushroom clouds. I knew I had two paths now. Start over to recapture the original meaning of this painting, or continue and try and find a new meaning. So, I thought up an alternate meaning to my painting. I'm often asked about the meanings behind my artwork. Before I answer, I usually ask what do they think it means. Not because there's a right or wrong answer, I'm genuinely intrigued how my art translates to other people's eyes and minds. If someone else can find meaning, regardless if it's the same as my motivations, then my art is connected with someone. And that was kind of the original meaning of this painting. The birds all looking at the same thing, but each having their own experience with it. Much as when various people look at art. There's beauty in a connected experience with others. There's also beauty in an experience that is just yours. Check it out. It's a video of me editing the video that you're watching. I wanted to break in here real quick because I just thought of something that might be cool. But it's going to require a little participation on your part. So I was talking about how I really enjoy hearing other people's takes on my paintings. So I thought before I share the meaning, once I've revealed the painting in its final form, hit pause, go down in the comments, and let me know what you think is the meaning of this painting. I thought that would be cool because I can see what other people's take on my painting is. You guys can see what each other's take is on the exact same painting. I'll go ahead and show you the final reveal. After that, I will share with you my new meaning for this painting. As always, thank you. If you'd leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content, it's greatly appreciated. It helps small-time artists like myself get recognized. Now back to the video. Alright, how I fixed my painting by changing the meaning. I actually thought up two alternatives to what this could mean. Meaning number one, there's an apocalypse happening, The one is screaming to no avail because the others are completely oblivious, caught up in their normal habits, distracting each other. They don't even notice. Meaning number 2, a little darker. Again, apocalypse going on in the background. However, in this scenario, all birds are well aware of what's happening. The one is freaking out because it's end of times. The others, fully aware it's the end of times and think it's a good thing. So there, I fixed my painting. Thanks to any of you that shared your perception down in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.